We had a visit one time from Manchester City, wanted me to go down and play there, and while my mother wasn't very keen, I went on a trial because I had a pal who was down there, and I thought I was going down there for a few days' enjoyment. But anyway, when I came back, in the meantime, they'd influenced me to sign for them.
And, they did it even in those days.
Oh, they did. Oh, they did. Oh, they did. Oh, they're always good talkers. And I remember going back home and my mother being very upset about me signing for Manchester City, and of course they decided then that she would wait and see, and of course they've never gone to America.
Did you have any kind of affinity for Manchester, such as you now have, or was it something that grew on you? I mean, did you like Manchester when you first came here?
No, I can't say I did. Coming down about 17 and a half, just under 18-year-old, and the first time coming from home, it is a big thing, really, and this is probably why I have a feeling for boys coming away from their respective homes.
What is happening, YouTube? You are watching JME TV, and today we are walking through history as we visit the grave of one of Manchester United's most iconic figures, Sir Matt Busby. Now, as a dedicated Manchester City fan, I have to admit this guy was something special. Matt Busby was born on May 26, 1909, in a small Scottish village called Orbiston. He had a tough start, losing his dad in World War I and growing up in a mining town. He learned resilience early. He started playing football as a teenager and quickly got noticed by the big clubs. In 1928, Busby joined Manchester City, playing as a wing half. He was known for his smart play and leadership on the field. It's a proud part of our club's history that Busby wore the blue kit before he even thought about the red side of Manchester. Busby quickly became a fan favourite. During his time at Manchester City, Busby helped the team win the FA Cup in 1934. This was a highlight of his playing career. Later, he moved to Liverpool in 1936 and continued to make his mark until World War II interrupted football. The war put a pause on his playing career, but it also got him thinking about management, and then Busby served as a sergeant major in the Army Physical Training Corps, where he developed his leadership skills. This experience would prove crucial later on. After the war, Britain was rebuilding and football was a big part of that. Busby took over as manager at Manchester United in 1945. He had a clear vision, focusing on young talent and building a team that could dominate English football. This was a turning point for Manchester United. Busby's approach was revolutionary. He put a lot of faith into young players, which led to the creation of the Busby Babes. These young, talented football players were the future of his team. His innovative approach laid the foundation for United's future success. But like with anything in life, great dreams come great tragedies, and the Munich air disaster on February 6, 1958 is one of the darkest chapters in Manchester's football history. The crash claimed the lives of 23 people, including 8 of Busby's young players. The team was returning from a European Cup match in Belgrade, and Busby was seriously injured and spent 2 months in the hospital. Many thought he might never return to football. However, Busby's spirit was unbreakable, and against all odds, he did come back and rebuild the Manchester United team. Just 10 years after the disaster, he led Manchester United to their first European Cup victory in 1968, beating Benfica 4-1 at Wembley. This was more than just a football victory, it showed his incredible determination. Busby's style was all about inspiring and motivating his players. He was calm, smart and a real father figure to many of his players. His influence went beyond football. He helped shape the lives of his players both on and off the field. Matt Busby's legacy is huge. He's not only rebuilt Manchester United, but he also set the standard for youth development in football. His belief in young talent has been a core part of the club's philosophy ever since. And me being a City fan, you have to respect the impact he had on the game. After retiring from management in 1969, Busby stayed with Manchester United as a director and later president. His health began to decline in the early 90s, and in 1991 he had surgery for a blocked artery. Sadly, on January 20th, 1994, Sir Matt Busby passed away at the age of 84. His death marked the end of an era.
join the scenes there with Gerald Sinclair.
Over the years, Old Trafford has acclaimed its heroes and mourned its lost loved ones. Today, the emotions are hard to disentangle. Sir Matt Busby's achievements may, in the fullness of time, be equalled as a man who will remain unique and without peer. His death this week is a reminder of all that he gave to this club, to this city, and to the game. The latest generation of the club that he made.
The funeral was held on January 27th, 1994, and it was a ginormous event. Thousands of fans, former players and football legends from all different clubs attended the funeral. This took place at Manchester Cathedral, and the procession route was lined with fans who came out in the cold to pay their respects. It showed just how much he meant to the Manchester community. So guys, I believe we have found Matt's grave, Sir Matt Busby's grave. It's as humble as the man. Nothing too big, nothing too extravagant, but this is his final resting place. In loving memory of Lady Jean Busby, the beloved wife of Sir Matt Busby, much loved mother of Sheena and Sandy, and a dear nana, died 19th of December 1988, aged 80 years. Forever in our hearts, and a devoted husband, Sir Matt Busby, CBE, KC, St G, I think. Loving father of Sheena and Sandy, and a dear granddad, Matt. Died 20th of January 1994, aged 84 years. No longer in our lives to share, but in our hearts, you are always there. Yeah. So guys, that's Matt Busby's final resting place. And you know what? Just a lasting thought. It's clear that sports can bring people together no matter which team we support. Legends like Busby remind us of the incredible ability to overcome adversity. So guys, that is the final resting place of Matt Busby. Now, it's nice to know that a Manchester legend like Matt Busby started his career out at Manchester City, and as a Manchester City fan, you know, huge respect to Sir Matt Busby for everything that he did, the adversity that he overcame, and actually putting Manchester on the map. He was, in essence, a Manchester United legend, but I think he's a Manchester legend as well as that. So guys, let's wrap this one up today. Thanks for joining me. Just remember to like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and be sure to check out more videos that I'm doing on the channel. So yeah, cheers guys, we're out.